Talk to you people now.
Mr. O'Connor, can we
Leave me alone.
The authorities are raising the issue of child abuse. Can you comment on that?
My sister never abused that child. The sun rose and set with that boy. There was no abuse in that house.
Keep rolling. And that's the news from Woodbridge, where earlier today, high school All-American basketball star Brian O'Connor shot and killed his parents and then turned the gun on himself. According to neighbors, Brian appeared to be a normal and well-adjusted boy.
Yeah, like blowing your parents away is normal.
How could anybody do that?
Tori, Zoe's putting a marble in her mouth. Honey, I told you, you've got to watch her. Call me here.
Sorry.
Wendy, what's the word on that,
And look at a bike. Maybe they got a kid my age.
I hear they got a daughter Tori's age.
She's a dork.
Tori, would you go introduce yourself to her?
After I run.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Lisa.
I'm Tori.
You run every day?
Yeah? I used to be on the track team.
Claremont High?
Yeah. I quit last year, though. The other girls were total swell heads. Do you go to Claremont?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Oh, so am I. I got a car. I could, give you a ride if you want. Lisa! Come on!
Yeah, that would be great. I've got to go finish unpacking.
Come on over after you're done. I can warn you who to avoid.
Okay.
Who's that?
Her name's Tori. She lives across the street.
Well, we got work to do, Pumpkin. What does your father do?
We didn't talk about our parents, but they've got a really nice house.
I just love starting over when everything's possible. You know, we could buy this house if your father decides to retire here. And then you could live at home and commute to Scripps.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, you said that in Connecticut, too.
Fine. Be negative. You want everything to be perfect, but life's just not that way. You'll see when you get a little bit older. Would you please shut that thing off? Thank you.
They shall hunger no more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Revelation 7, 9 through 17. The Lord bless thee and keep thee.
Yeah, the funeral's just breaking up right now, so I've got to go.
The Lord
okay?
make his face shine upon thee,
Right.
and be
Okay.
gracious
Thanks.
unto thee.
Catch you later.
The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. We're all
Hello,
grateful
Sheriff
for those
Sorensen.
kind words.
Elizabeth Hayes.
And I just
I
want to
wrote the book
remind you all,
Nightmare in Suburbia
Mrs. Cotter has graciously opened
about the breakdown of the American family.
Sorry, I never read it. What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to talk to whoever's in charge of the O'Connor homicide-suicide and as many members of the family and relatives as I can.
You might not have noticed, but we're burying a family here today, and most people ain't gonna feel much like talking.
Of course. I understand that. But you must have known them well. The O'Connors? You see, my next book is about children who kill their parents, so...
People in my generation, we just didn't kill our families. Why do you think that is, Miss Hayes?
Now, that's a question I hope to answer, Sheriff.
Well, my theory is because we didn't see it. We certainly didn't read about it. And we didn't hear about it every time we got turned around. So we just plain didn't get the idea to do it.
Oh. Is that Brian O'Connor's grandmother?
That's Lucille Dormeyer, Brian's aunt, his mother's sister.
Ah, thank you, Sheriff.
Out here, things are simpler. If a child acts up, you just spank him. But nobody ever beat him.
Well, I don't have any children myself, but it seems that setting parameters is part of a parent's job.
Exactly. You do it because you love them. You got to teach the difference between right and wrong. Yes, Brian was quite an athlete, too, you know. He had at least half a dozen scholarships offered him by universities.
Would you mind signing this? Just a standard release.
Sure. He was smart as a whip, too, you know. And the girls liked him, too. Lucille, this Miss Elizabeth Hayes is just exactly like you'd think she'd be after seeing her on TV.
Well, your husband's been absolutely wonderful, showing me around the place and making me feel right at home.
I've been telling her how Esther and Gilbert just loved that boy.
Oh, Brian was the world to Esther.
She sounds like a wonderful mother. But I'm curious. The newspaper said she was 65. Why do you suppose that she waited so long to have children?
Brian was adopted. My sister couldn't have children.
I see. How old was Brian when they adopted him?
Newborn.
Did you know anything about his birth mother?
They never met her. It wasn't done in those days.
Did you go through the county or the state?
They didn't like to talk about it.
I can imagine. 17 years ago, it must have been all but impossible for an older couple to adopt a newborn. Well, all that red tape. I suppose, a lot of adoptions were, privately arranged.
My sister wanted a baby so bad. She deserved to be a mother.
Listen, I can sympathize with that. Believe me, I don't want to cause you folks any trouble by going down to the county and raising a lot of awkward questions. But can you tell me where Brian was born?
Creemore. Hospital outside Sioux City.
Is there anything else about Brian's behavior, especially in these last few weeks, that struck you as unusual?
He kept to himself a bit. Always did. Nothing unusual. Except last month or so, he woke up most every night screaming. He was having those terrible nightmares. Brian started to change. He had that look in his eye. I don't know what happened.
I think I'm onto something, Richard. Brian O'Connor was illegally adopted. I'm gonna track his birth mother and ask her point blank what it feels like to find out that the kid she didn't want offed his parents and then himself. How's that for a story?
Come on, sing.
I have a terrible voice.
Okay, well, that's a plus in grunge metal. Hey, do you want to come on in? I'm on diaper duty.
Yeah, sure.
My parents would throw a parade if I made the honor roll just once.
My mother doesn't notice. It's just expected.
So what would happen if you did something unexpected, like flunking?
She'd kill me. She's always saying, think about your future.
I say, live for today. My mother should have picked out a daughter like you.
What do you mean, picked out?
I'm adopted.
What about your brother and the baby?
Well, Mikey and Zoe are their real children. The month after they gave up hope and adopted me, she turned up pregnant with Mikey.
Wow.
Yeah, some kind of cosmic joke, huh? Sometimes I wonder.
What?
You know, if they still would have wanted me if they knew Mikey was coming.
Oh, Tori, they would have.
Yeah, well, we'll never know, will we? See, it's stupid to worry about your future when it just comes down to the luck of the draw. Can you hold her for me?
Oh, I'm not really comfortable handling babies. In Groton, people used to ask me to babysit, but my mom would never let me. She was always afraid something awful would happen.
To you or to the baby? Come on. Mikey, I told you not to read my diary. I don't want to see you. Baby, get out of here. You're so lucky. Siblings suck.
As my staff already told you, a court order is needed to see anyone's records.
Well, you don't have to show me anything. Just nod your head, yes or no. Was a little boy born here in 1975?
This isn't a game, Miss Hayes.
Then tell me this. Brian O'Connor killed his parents and then committed suicide. His natural mother gave birth to him here, in a mental institution. Now, isn't it logical to assume that there might be some connection?
I'm certain you feel this is a revolutionary concept, but
It's widely known that there are mental disorders that can be proven to be genetically linked.
the overwhelming factor in this kind of violence is child abuse.
But the O'Connors were model parents, and Brian was a very well-adjusted boy. Believe me, I've checked. Now, what about Dr. Marshall's papers on the genetics of criminality?
Dr. Marshall was writing about serotonin. He said there was a chemical deficiency in the blood that could be inherited.
But that's my point. He got it from his mother. Tainted blood.
You are a textbook example of why we keep our records confidential.
And here I thought the public was entitled to know all the information.
And oversimplifying solid research is not the way to inform them. It's the way to scare them. You've obviously spent more time thinking about how many copies a title like Tainted Blood will sell than the social implications of this line of thought.
My book is for the layman. It's a controversial subject. I want to write about it. What's wrong with that?
Do you really look forward to a time when you can categorize people based upon their genetic history? Lock them up because they might have bad genes?
Now who's oversimplifying?
Even if I could, by law, I would choose not to help you. My priority is to enable my patients to realize their potential as human beings, not to condemn them because they're ill.
Then we agree, because that's exactly what I intend to do with my book.
Good day, Miss Hayes.
Miss Hayes? Miss Hayes?
Yes?
I saw you on TV. Can I have your autograph?
Oh, of course. Who shall I make it out to?
Alice Gabrielson.
Alice Gabrielson.
I just loved your book. The one about those prostitute spies in Washington, D.C.
Thank you.
Where do you get your ideas anyway? I always wanted to write a book.
Is there any place around here we can grab a cup of coffee or something?
Sure, there's a coffee room right down the hall. The problem is the records you want are all in the basement, and only employees are allowed down there.
But you could go down there.
It's against all the rules.
Yeah, well, I couldn't ask you to do that. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do this book after all.
What was it about?
It's okay. Don't worry, Alice. It was nice meeting you.
Wait. Let me help you.
Oh, I can't do that.
But I want to.
You'll lose your job.
I won't get caught. Please let me help you.
I won't forget this.
Could you do something like mention me or something in your book?
Of course.
I'll meet you later in the parking lot.
Well, what did you find?
Well, just a couple of births in '75, twins born dead, and a little boy.
But it doesn't say who the mother of the little boy was.
I don't know. I wasn't there then.
Well, we have a birth date, so it can't be that hard.
Look, Betty Potts. She was the nurse who attended all the births. I think she's still alive.
Alice, you have just won yourself a spot on my preface.
Yeah, well, the Navy's been good to me. I'll be able to retire in 3 years. Did you, sir?
Yeah, I was in the Navy, too.
Oh, what command?
I was on the Patrick, a destroyer out of Subic Bay.
That was enough for you, huh?
Damn straight. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed about racing boats. Now I build them.
This is 99th percentile.
Wow.
What about your daughter? What are your plans for her?
Well, right now all she's interested in is running and boys. But she's planning on going to college.
You know, maybe you should monitor her television time. There's too much sex. It's everywhere. Thank God our Lisa intends to stay a virgin until she's married.
Well, that's admirable.
Rudy.
Cheryl, I think you've had enough.
It was your idea to get to know our neighbors better. That's the trouble with military men. They're always giving orders.
I know.
You know, maybe our Lisa will be a good influence on...
Tori?
Tori, yes.
What do you mean?
Lisa says that she's a B- student.
Oh, but she's an A+ daughter. She's just a wonderful, normal, healthy teenage kid.
Are you saying that my Lisa is not normal?
No, of course not.
What is this?
Well, we only brought one bottle. I can go over to the house and get another one.
I got a better idea. Why don't we just go home?
Lisa? Come on, Pumpkin, we're going.
But, Mom, we haven't eaten yet.
I said now! Oh, honey, maybe we could go
I
get
can
a
run down to
bottle.
the store. I'll be right
Don't
back.
bother.
It'd be
No.
so easy.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Look, I'm sorry. She hasn't been feeling well lately. The move and everything.
Ah, sir, we'll do it again another time, really.
Here, honey, take the baby. I don't care what you had last time. Just listen to me. You embarrassed me so much. You know that. What happened?
Evidently, Mrs. Drew drinks a bit. In the fall of '75, one of the patients at Kramer had a son. Can you remember the name of that patient?
Gilmore. But she had a little girl.
Are you sure? Think back now, Betty. One of the other patients had twins. Maybe one of those was the girl.
Who told you about them? How did you know?
About what?
Dr. Vincent was in charge. I was just a nurse. I didn't want to do it. He was such a greedy man.
Oh, my God. The twins were born alive. Was one of them the boy?
Yes. God help me. He was adopted by a good family. Farm people in Oklahoma.
The O'Connors. And what about the other twin?
A little girl. She went to New York.
But who was the mother of those two twins?
Judith Wilson. Face like an angel.
And is she still alive?
Don't you remember? It was in all the papers. A couple of months after the babies, right about Christmas time, Judith Wilson went home and stabbed her parents to death. Then she slit her wrists.
Judith's daughter is still alive.
A young couple took her. Daily. Like the Daily News. Big city people. The girl lucked into the good life, all right.
Richard, call New York and get a hold of Family Services. Find me a couple by the name of Daly. Yeah, Daly. D-A-I-L-Y. That's right. Now listen to this. Brian O'Connor's mother killed herself and her parents exactly the way Brian did. And that's not all. Are you ready? Brian O'Connor has a twin sister. Yeah.
Tori,
Yeah?
remember the other day when you told me you were adopted?
Yeah?
Well, I'm adopted too.
Why didn't you tell me then? I know I don't always tell everyone either.
My parents told me not to tell anybody ever. Like it's this big secret or something.
My parents are pretty cool, but they don't like me to talk about it either. They like to pretend that we're all three their kids and they love us all three equally.
Do they?
They try. What do you think?
Lisa? Oh. No. No. That's not it. Here, come here. I used to roll my baby's hair. Ooh. Remember, Pumpkin, when you were little? Everybody loved your beautiful curls. Why didn't you let me fix your hair anymore, sweetheart?
Please go back to bed, Mom, okay?
What are you two girls talking about that you can't tell me? That's what daughters are for. Girl talk.
Listen, maybe I should go.
You know, you promised to stay in your room tonight.
Your father and I don't do the things that we used to do. He doesn't think I'm pretty anymore.
Melissa, it's okay. Bye, Mrs. Drew.
Bye, sweetheart.
It's okay.
Help your mommy.
Mm. Mm.
So I'm at 365 East 9th. And if you don't hear from me in about a half an hour, you better send someone to pick me up. I don't like it down here. Is Mr. Rick Daly in there?
Who wants to know?
I just want to talk to you about your daughter.
Got it, daughter.
You're not the Rick Daly that adopted a little girl in 75?
What if I was?
Please, Mr. Daly, just want to ask you a couple of questions. There's $100 in it for you.
You're a cop. This isn't entrapment.
I'm not a cop. 50 now, 50 later. So you did adopt a little girl in 1975.
It was one of Marie's big ideas. Didn't work out.
Didn't work out?
Yeah, we were doing just fine till we lost her house. And things got way out of control. Kid kept screaming all the time.
And?
Yeah, the state took her away. It was supposed to be temporary, but Marie got heavy in the blow. And we sort of lost track of things.
You lost track of a little baby?
Marie died. I realized I had no business taking care of a baby.
You talk about her like she's a stray dog.
Who are you to pass judgment on me? I lost my wife, my job, my trust fund. Hey, maybe I did her a favor by losing her.
Why did you even bother adopting her in the first place, Mr. Daly?
Marie thought that maybe if we had a baby, we could pull ourselves together, you know, like be like a family. Hey, if you find her, let me know. I'd like to know how she turned out.
I'm really sorry about Saturday night.
Is your mom like that all the time?
Only when she drinks too much. A lot of the time. But they've been good to me. Better than the others.
What others?
I lived in a bunch of foster homes. The Drews adopted me when I was 6.
You're kidding. I did time in foster care, too.
How old were you when your parents adopted you?
5. Did you ever think about your real mother?
Yeah. I wonder what she looked like and stuff.
Me, too.
There. That's what I imagined my real mother to be like. Tall, brunette, and beautiful.
She looks a little bit like you.
Right age. What do you think your real mother was like?
She was this wildly brilliant, beautiful dancer, sort of a hippie.
My mother was the only daughter of an incredibly wealthy family, sort of like royalty. Why do you think your mom gave you up?
She didn't. My dad snatched me. Then he was killed on a secret mission.
My dad was just a poor artist. My rich grandparents didn't like him, so they forced my mom to give me away.
My mother's still looking for me.
Mine too. I like what she's wearing.
I know. She looks really classy.
What do you think her life's like?
I'm sure she's completely rich. Oh my God, look at that car. That is exactly the car that I would drive if I had the money.
You think she's got kids?
Nah, her heart was broken when she lost me. Where do you think she lives?
La Jolla. She looks like La Jolla.
I bet Del Mar.
We're stretching our budget to the limit so that we can live in this beautiful neighborhood. And what do? You have a run-in with the police. What in the hell were you thinking of?
Mom, we weren't doing anything wrong. We were just driving and talking.
Well, then how the hell did it happen? I'll tell you how it happened. It's that Tori, that awful girl. That's how it happened.
Tori's adopted, too.
Promised that you would never discuss that with anyone.
It's okay. We've been through a lot of the same things.
Things? What things? Nothing terrible happened to you. You had a wonderful childhood. From the moment that we brought you home, I treated you like you were my own.
I know.
Now Tori's going to tell the whole world that she's that type. Nothing's going to be the same. Everybody in this whole town is going to know.
Cheryl.
How could you embarrass me like this? I mean, after all that I have done for you.
You mean like embarrass me in front of my friend? Like lying around in bed all day?
How dare you talk to me like that after all the sacrifices we've made for you? You know, we could have left you in the gutter like your real mother did.
I hate it when you drink.
That's enough.
You ungrateful little...
Don't you ever hit me again.
Why do you push me like this? I work so hard to be a good mother for you. Nothing I do is good enough for you.
Apologize to your mother, Lisa.
No.
Can't go on like this.
It's just no big deal. Can we just forget it? Look, you are old enough to drive. You're old enough to think before you act on every impulse. I did. If you did, what were you thinking? Following that woman. Sometimes Tori, answer me. Sometimes I see a woman that age and I wonder if she could be my mother.
I wish that I could answer your questions, Tori. We don't know who she was. If you want to look for her when you're 18, I promise you, we'll do everything we can to help.
I'm sorry if I hurt you, Mom. I didn't mean to.
Shh.
But I still wonder what my real mother was like. Lisa understands.
Don't give me a hard time. I've got an affidavit here.
Unless you're the natural birth parents, foster care records are confidential.
Well, millions of people are going to read my book. Now, I can make you a hero, or I can make you the obstacle the hero has to overcome. Your choice.
You're not going to make me anything, Miss Hayes. I'm going to be working right here long after you're gone. mean, everybody thinks we're a dumping ground for these kids. We do the best we can.
I'm trying to do something important here, too.
Yeah, sell books.
Find a child.
No, you want to write a story about finding a child.
It's more than just a story. Lives are at stake.
Well, then call the police.
And tell them what? That I have some theory that a young girl may kill someone? The police aren't interested unless there's a body. I was hoping it wouldn't have to come to that.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Are these the kids you've placed?
Mm-hmm.
She could be one of these kids. She could be your daughter. Or you could help save her from hurting herself and maybe somebody else. Please, help me find her.
She went to a foster care home in New Jersey. My records stopped there.
I'll let you know if I find something.
You know, these kids are my family.
Oh, hi. I wanted to come visit you, but Lisa said you were extremely busy. I'm so glad you came by.
Thank you.
Won't you come in?
Yes, thanks.
Can I get you some coffee?
No. Thank you. I'm fine.
Please, have a seat.
No, I really can't sit down. I'm really just a little too upset.
About what happened yesterday?
Yes. Nothing like this has ever happened to us before. Ever since Lisa was a little girl, she's always been very eager to please. I always used to say, God gave me an angel, but, you know, now...
The girls didn't hurt anyone, Mrs. Drew. I had a long talk with Tori last night, and I can assure you, it won't happen again.
A long talk? That is your idea of appropriate punishment?
Look, I know they showed poor judgment, but there's nothing wrong with these girls, Mrs. Drew.
No. Lisa has changed since meeting your daughter. Her grades are slipping. She is talking back to her father and to me. She's late getting home almost every night.
Are you saying that's Tori's fault?
She doesn't even care what I say anymore. I'm losing her.
You're not losing her, Mrs. Drew. It's just a normal phase that teenagers go through.
A police record is not a phase, Mrs. Patterson. You know what? The problem with the world today is parents like you who fail to set the limits. Can't you please make that baby stop crying? You have a very pretty house. Hello? Hello? Tori? If I ever catch you talking to that girl again, there will be hell to pay. Do you hear me?
Lisa? Lisa, open up! Come on, Lisa, open the door!
Tori, you're not allowed over and you've got to stop calling me. My mom is going ballistic.
Well, you've got to stand up to her.
You don't understand.
Yes, I do. I do understand. I'm the only one who understands, remember?
Oh my God, you've got to get out of here.
You get away from my daughter.
That's not fair. Listen, I didn't do anything wrong. She's my best friend.
Well, she doesn't want to be your friend anymore. Now get off my property.
No!
It's my fault, Mom.
You see what you've done? You've upset her. Now you stay the hell away from my daughter.
No, I won't.
What's the matter with you?
Lisa!
Why do you pick such low-life for friends? Don't you have any self-respect? And you get in this house this minute.
Lisa!
Get in there!
Yeah.
Hey.
Sweetie? Pumpkin, is that you? What are you doing, Lisa? Rudy, go fix the door. Fix the door.
What?
I heard something at the door. Go on. Maybe it's Lisa.
Lisa? Lisa, what are you doing?
Rudy,
Lisa, unlock the door.
she's just mad at me. Come on back to bed.
Lisa, open the door right now. I mean it.
Okay.
Lisa. She's not listening to me.
I'm gonna apologize.
Roger, Puffer Unit 23 has been released. detective and the arson investigation team is still in there.
Stay back here, people.
What's going to happen to Lisa?
She'll become a ward of the state, at least temporarily, and I guess they'll look for relatives.
She doesn't have any other relatives.
I don't know what's going to happen, honey.
This is Judith Wilson, age 5. Can I see the other one again? This is her son, age 4. I'm looking for his twin sister.
Who's your children?
Oh, no, I don't have any children, sweetheart. Katie, leave Miss Hayes alone. Yeah, I remember. She was a pretty little girl. She was tall, skinny, brown hair. When she first came, I thought she was the sweetest little thing on the planet. You wouldn't think a kid like that would. But what? I let the kids adopt a kitten. She got jealous, I guess. Flushed it down the toilet. She was a secretive little kid. Didn't bond with the other children. Did you know what happened to her, where she went? Let me check my files. I'll be right back. Thank you. Feet off the fridge. For me?
I'm almost 6.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
Are you looking for a little girl?
Oh, no, I'm here on business. She was adopted by a military couple in late 1980. It was a blind adoption. I assume it became final in 81. Good, thank you very much. Hey, give that back to him. Get over here. Oh, I have to go now, Katie.
Where are you going? Take me with you.
I can't, sweetheart.
I'll be good, I promise.
Look, I'll come back and see you, okay?
No, you won't.
Yes.
Hey, knock it off, all right?
Sure you're okay?
It's all right. I've been in places like this before.
It's not all right. It's awful.
Is there anything at all we can bring you?
No,
Well, we just wanted to stop in and check on you.
thanks. I'm gonna be fine.
You don't know what this is like. We have to get her out of here.
Tommy, it's only a couple of months till Lisa turns 18. Tori used to be such a loner, and now the two of them are practically inseparable.
Well, it's one thing to be inseparable. It's another thing to share a room. I grew up with 4 brothers, I know.
I know it's a big thing, honey, but we've always had so much. Lisa's got no one.
This is a serious decision. It's going to impact 6 lives. Now, if Lisa comes to live with us, even if it's only for 2 months, things are going to change. You're going to have to share. I need to know if you're going to be willing to do that.
Well, look at the bright side, an extra body on KP.
Mikey?
I don't know. There's something weird about Lisa.
You think all girls are weird, you little mutant.
No, it's her. It's the way she looks at me sometimes.
Well, thanks for being honest, Mikey.
She's never had a brother, Mikey, so she just clams up around you. She's just shy.
She's not shy.
Yes, she is. She told me. She feels real awkward around boys because her father never paid any attention to her. You always said we should look out for people who need us. Well, Lisa needs us.
And we started with a theory. Your mother was smoking a cigarette in bed. She fell asleep.
She used to smoke in bed. My dad and I both wanted her to quit.
We also found liquor bottles in your parents' bedroom. Did they drink?
My mother had trouble sleeping. Vodka helped her relax.
So then the logical scenario is, your mother had one too many. She lit a cigarette, fell asleep.
That sounds logical.
Except that the fire was started with gasoline, Miss Drew.
I don't understand.
Did your parents have enemies?
Not that I know of. My mother didn't have many friends, but maybe it was an accident.
We found your parents' bodies on the floor, not asleep in their beds.
But that's because they were trying to get out.
The question then becomes, why couldn't they get out?
Maybe they were overcome by smoke.
Ah, possible. But I think it had to do with the fact that their door was locked.
Yeah, they locked their doors at night a lot.
Now, this particular bolt lock, it operated from both the inside and the outside.
Sometimes when they would go out at night, they'd lock their door from the outside because they didn't want me going through their drawers and stuff. Not that I ever would.
You and your mother didn't get along. The clerk at the convenience store said your mother said that you were driving her crazy.
Mr. Green, I barely got out of that house alive. Do you really think I would set a fire and then go back to sleep? And do you think that I would rather live here than at home? Even if my mother and I didn't get along?
So then you are confirming that you and your mother didn't get along.
Not always. My mother could be very critical and demanding. That's because she wanted the best for me. She wasn't perfect, but she did her best.
Sorry if I upset you, Miss Drew.
Military families. Good. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Hello? Richard? Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll try to make it quick. There are about 200 adoption families that fit the bill. So right now I'm scanning the periodicals for cluster deaths in military families. Yeah. Well, I've been at it 2 days and, well, I've still come up with zilch. No, that's actually good because it means I can still be in time to stop it, you know? Wait, Richard. I've been thinking, and, well, I'm not sure that I should go ahead with this this book after all. No, I'm wondering about whether I should publish it because it could scare away a lot of people from adopting kids, you know? There are just so many kids that need a chance. Yeah. Richard? Well, don't get excited. I didn't say I wouldn't do it. Hey! Richard, I can't believe you're talking like this to me. Lawyers and contracts? I thought I was your friend. Well, I didn't say I wouldn't do it. All right, well, Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your dinner. Say hi to Marcy and the kids. Okay, bye.
Yes, that's it.
This is a lot more comfortable than it looks, and I cleaned out half my drawers for you, too.
Tori, all my clothes burned up.
Well, you can wear mine. Anything you want.
Nobody's ever been this nice to me before.
You'd do it for me, wouldn't you?
Is this okay?
Ew, Jane picked that out.
Don't you call her Mom?
Yeah, in front of her I do. It makes her happy, but...
I know.
I've always wanted a sister.
Me too. I feel awful. How can I be happy when...
Your parents would want you to be happy, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Here, do you like this?
Thanks. Yeah, I like it too. I like this one too.
You can have that.
Really? I can have both?
My dad wants to see you in those.
I am Parker Green, arson investigator from the fire department to see Lisa Drew.
Dad? Dad!
All right, Lisa. You said your parents locked the door from the inside. But if they locked the door from the inside, we would have found the key.
What is your point, Mr. Green?
Since we can't find the key, it seems that somebody locked the door from the outside, deliberately so your parents couldn't escape.
Are you suggesting that Lisa set the fire herself?
Lisa, did your parents hit you? Did they touch you places that they shouldn't have?
That is none of your business.
Look, Mr. Green, that's enough. If you want to pursue this any further, contact my lawyer.
All right, then.
I can't believe that he really suspects Lisa.
It's crazy, I know.
After all she's been through. Now this?
He's fishing. I'll call our lawyer tomorrow.
Tori, where's Lisa?
Library. She's got a book report.
Oh, sweetheart, I heard these noises coming from your room last night. Like somebody was crying or scared or something.
Lisa has these nightmares, yeah.
What, do you know what they're about?
Well, why don't you ask her? I'm not going to spy on her for you, Mom.
I'm not asking you to spy, but maybe she needs to talk to somebody. Her parents' death must have been really traumatic for her.
Well, if she wants to talk, I'm sure she will.
Tori, you'd tell me if Lisa had a serious problem, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to go running.
Mrs. Patterson?
Yes?
My name is Elizabeth Hayes.
I know who you are.
Please, it's important that I talk to you. It'll only take a minute.
Come on in. Have a seat.
Thank you. Look, I know this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. I've been researching a story about kids who kill their parents.
Well, I'm afraid that's a subject I know nothing about.
Please, I've come across something that I know you should hear. There's a 17-year-old boy, Brian O'Connor, whose mother gave birth to him in a mental institution.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, Brian O'Connor has a twin sister.
Yeah?
Well, I believe that Lisa Drew is Brian O'Connor's twin sister.
What are you saying?
Mrs. Patterson, Brian O'Connor killed both of his parents and then committed suicide. His mother, Judith Wilson, did the exact same thing. Now, there's a theory that this kind of disorder can be passed from generation to generation. It shows up in the blood.
I've never heard of anything like that.
But you must be aware that Lisa's adoptive parents died under very suspicious circumstances.
I see. You're suggesting that Lisa Drew murdered her parents? Excuse me, Miss Hayes, but you've never even met this girl.
Look, I didn't come here to accuse her or to hurt her. I'm trying to protect her.
She's been through a lot in the past couple of weeks. If you really want to protect her, I'd appreciate it if you just leave our family alone.
Mrs. Patterson, I came here to warn you. Lisa is dangerous to herself and your whole family.
Please don't come back here.
If I could just give you proof, you'd see.
Run in, I'll take it up to 10-9. Wait here. Hey, Carter. Pick me up a hot dog on the way back.
Get him a Cobra with mustard and mayonnaise. Screw you. You.
What are you looking at?
Space between your teeth.
What are you doing here?
No! No!
Earlier this afternoon, Mr. Parker Green was found electrocuted in his backyard jacuzzi. Mr. Green was investigating the arson murder of Commander and Mrs. Rudolph Drew. Evidently, Mr. Green's television set fell into his jacuzzi. Mr. Green was a lifetime Claremont resident responsible for solving the Kearney Canyon brush fire arson case.
Hey, that's the guy who was here talking to
Foul
you.
play is suspected.
Wasn't it?
And now for today's weather. The leading edge of that storm we've been expecting for the past week has finally...
I don't feel well. I'm gonna go lie down, okay?
Look for highs tomorrow in the mid-60s with lows tonight in the mid-40s and continued rain. Scattered thunder...
What's really creepy about the arson guy, isn't it?
It's creepy when anybody dies.
While I'm here, you know, if you need to talk about anything.
No, it's okay. Come on, let's go finish our homework.
Okay, in a minute.
Mikey, you take the garbage out.
Later, okay?
Oh, I'll do it, Mrs. Patterson.
Mikey, you've been reading my diary. I did not. Who moved it? I don't know. I don't know. That's good. Mikey, blame somebody else. I'm blaming somebody else.
Tori, that's enough.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't read her stupid diary. I didn't do anything to her. I know it was you who read the diary.
How would you know?
Because I didn't. And next time you're gonna get caught.
Well, you don't have to worry because I didn't read the diary. And there isn't going to be a next time.
You want some more?
Are you okay?
You know that writer, Elizabeth Hayes? She came to our house today.
Elizabeth Hayes?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she want?
She wants to do a story about Lisa. She thinks there's something genetically wrong with her. She thinks she might be really dangerous.
It's crazy. Tell her to stay away from here.
Oh, I did. You remember you told me that arson investigator thought that Lisa might have set the fire?
Mm-hmm.
He was electrocuted today.
Well, you think Lisa had something to do with it?
What if Elizabeth Hayes is right?
She's a journalist. She's just looking for a story.
I know, but the kids are at each other's throat. Tonight, Tori hit Mikey. Things are just getting really crazy around here, Tom.
Come on, honey. Don't buy into that stuff. Jane, Lisa needs a family. We can't throw her out now. We have to help her through this.
You're right. Oh, God, I hope you're right.
Mommy, Mom. Come to me, Mommy. Please, Mom. Mommy, Mommy.
Thank you very much. Children's Services has sent someone over to pick up Lissa.
Going running.
Bye, hon. It's better if Tori's not here.
What about Mikey?
He's sound asleep.
Well, I guess we'd better go wake up Lissa. That's Tori's diary. You were reading it last night, weren't you? When Tori slapped Mikey.
No, it's not what you think, Mrs. Patterson.
Lissa, we have to talk to you about something.
Look, there's no easy way to say this. It's not working out.
What do you mean?
We all need a break. We've called social services. Maybe things will calm down if we all get some counseling.
Is this about the murders? You think I did it, don't you? How could you think I would do something like that?
We're not accusing you.
No, you're not accusing me. You've already tried and convicted me. You're sending me back to prison.
Honey, we just think you need to get some help. Don't think about it like that.
How should I think about it? Like I am going on a vacation or something? You know, I've tried so hard to make you like me, and you don't even know who I am. You don't even know who Tori is. She's crazy.
Yeah, you're from social services?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Tom Patterson.
Please don't do this to me.
It's okay, listen, everything's gonna be all right, I promise.
No!
Come on.
I didn't do it. It was Tori. I promise it's not me.
I'm sorry, honey.
I
You'll
didn't
be okay.
do anything.
Honey, you'll be
Don't touch me! If you don't listen to me, you're all gonna be dead. I told you not to touch me! Ready to go, Dad?
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, fine.
What's going on?
Nothing's going on, sweetheart. Come on. You're gonna be late for your
We'll all
game.
talk after the game, okay?
What's going on, Dad?
Lissa, are you up yet?
Tori,
What's the matter? Where's Lissa?
she's not here.
Where'd she go?
Now, Tori, don't get upset.
You sent her away? You sent her back to that place? Oh, how could you do that?
Honey, we had no
She will
alternative.
kill herself in there. You don't understand. How could you do that?
down,
Is
sweetheart.
that what you'll do to me if I screw up? You'll send me back to some institution?
Tori!
Excuse me. Come on over this way.
Miss Haynes? Yes. We've got a problem. Lissa Drew is missing.
What do you mean?
She's managed to slip out of the building.
Thanks.
Tori! Lissa! I know what you're doing. You don't fool me. What are you talking about? I'd never hurt you.
Oh yeah, you just ruined my life.
I saved your life. You're my sister
I'm not
now.
your sister.
How? What are you doing?
I'm not gonna let you hurt them. They're my parents now. You don't deserve them. made a big mistake by sending me to that place.
Lisa. Lisa, please. Hand me Zoe, sweetheart. Give me the baby.
No, Jane, it's time you listen to me now. Come on, we have to get out of here now! Lisa! No! No! Please don't hurt Zoe!
Never hurt Zoe. She's my sister now.
You don't trust me, do you? Of course I trust you, Lisa.
Then why do you look so scared? Jane, we have to go now! Please wait!
I'm so sorry that we sent you away.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that you did too.
I was wrong. But you're home now. You're with your real family. And everything's gonna be okay. I'll do whatever you think is best. If you wanna go, we'll go. Here are my keys. I'll let you drive today, okay? And I'll just go get Zoe's car seat. Now, hand me Zoe. Hand me your little sister.
Okay, Mom. But you gotta hurry, okay? Because she's gonna wake up any minute and she'll kill us all.
Okay.
Okay, so hurry up.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
I'll be right there. Zoe. Mommy's here. Mommy's here, baby. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Tori! Tori, oh my God. Are you all right?
Lisa lied about everything. You leave my mother alone.
Tori, get out of there. I swear to God, I'll kill you if I have to.
Why are you doing this? After everything I did for you.
Stop it! Stop it, Lisa! Please.
Oh, poor Lisa. I know all about you, Lisa. Your real mother was Judith Wilson. Did you know you had a twin brother, Lisa?
No.
I met that man in New York that adopted you daily.
I don't remember him.
I met your foster mother in New Jersey.
I've never been to New Jersey.
Lisa, your real mother was very, very ill. She had a chemical imbalance.
No.
Your mother didn't know what she was doing.
No.
I think you inherited it, too. That's why you're doing this thing now. Because you don't really want to hurt Mrs. Patterson, do you, Lisa?
No, you stop that! That is not true! That is not true! My mother was an angel! My father was an artist! My parents love me! Someday we're gonna be together and you can't keep me from them!
Tori, honey...
You are not my real mother! Zoe is your precious baby, not me!
Then why did you have to kill my parents?
She deserved it! She heard you over and over! You were so happy when you came here! Don't lie to me! I saw it!
Tori, honey, what are you...
You get away!
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna go find my real mother and father!
Tori, this is not your fault. You don't have to do this. You don't have to suffer.
You're not gonna hurt me anymore.
Listen to me, Tori. These people love you. They've always been here for you. They're here for you now. I dedicated the book to Tori. I wanted you to have it.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Look, sweetheart.
Hi.
Lisa.
This
Oh,
one.
let me see, Dad. Take Zoe.